follow up, when you look back at the film, just kind of what stood out more when you watched as far as just kind of how both Jackson did and maybe those turnovers a little bit?
Yeah, I thought Jackson did a lot of good things in this game. But the turnovers, again, ball gets stripped out of our hand, 2 minute. Got to do a good job. Davis made a nice play on Slay. Gets taken out of our hand. Scattaboo, defensive end, crosses, tackles face, and gets it out. All going into the scoring zone. Hard to win. There's not many teams that have had 0-5 turnover ratio and have won a game in the last 25 years. So, again, not much different than what I said last night.
And then I guess, kind of following up what I asked about the 2 tight end set, is that something that you guys might look at going forward, just given how well Belly and Theo played?
Yeah, I thought they did a nice job. So, 2 guys we got a lot of trust in.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mark Canizero.
Hey, Daves.
Mark.
Just with regard to Jackson, you obviously knew of his quality in terms of his accountability and whatnot in the work he did with him, Brian. But last night was the first moment he had, and the way he reacted with such accountability, talking to his teammates and whatnot. I'm just curious, in your mind, how important is that? What is the importance of that, especially at his age? To have behaved this way in his first set of adversity, if you will.
Yeah, I understand that. Again, I'm not saying he was the same, but even after the first game he played and we won, there was, he goes back to the things that he could have done better. I got a tremendous amount of respect for the young man, how he's handled really everything on the field, off the field. It's no surprise that's the type of guy that he is. And he's a pleasure to work with. Again, I think he's done, I don't want to sell him short, and I know what he'll say, but, I thought he did a lot of good things that gave us chances. And we got to take advantage of those chances.
How does that resonate with the teammates? You've been around a million teams. How powerful can that be, especially coming from such a young guy?
Yeah, I think they all respect Jackson, for his talents, one, and how he is. He's a pretty humble guy. They see how he works. They know he's a rookie. Again, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's no young quarterback I'd rather have to work with than Jackson.
Thanks.
Yep.
Brian Dunleavy.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ryan.
From a receiver standpoint, obviously Hyatt and Collins both had their, mistakes yesterday. Do you have enough receivers here to get through the season behind Wandale and Slayton, or do changes have to be made to this roster?
Yeah, I'd say I thought the distribution of the, whether you want to call them tight ends, receivers, doesn't really matter to me, was pretty even across the board with Theo and Belly and Wandale and Slay. And those young guys are going to have to do a good job of making sure that they're on top of their things, which I know they work hard to do. And based on personnel groups and what we want to use, could be more, could be less, but they all got to be ready to go.
What are you seeing from the secondary on defense, Brian? You have a lot of big investments there, whether draft picks or big contracts, and doesn't quite seem like those guys are making plays. They're actually giving up quite a few big plays over the first 5 games. What are you seeing from your secondary?
I think they've been competitive. We gave up that big one, a big 87-yarder, which we'd like to have back. Other than that, I don't think there was an explosive play throughout the game yesterday. And I thought they did a good job of hanging in there when, he turned the ball over 5 times and give them opportunity after opportunity to only come away with 13 points instead of more than that, was a good thing for them.
I think there's a lot of interest on the outside on the process of how you guys come up with your game day roster. Like who's going to be up, who's going to be pulled up from the practice squad, who's empty spots, all that kind of stuff. Can you just talk about, is that something you and Joe discuss? You always say, like, we're going to talk about that on Fridays. Like, who's we and how does that process work?
Yeah, Joe, myself, coordinators, position coaches, we all discuss it. So, again, there's special teams involved. I'd say special teams is an important aspect, which I think our guys have done a good job with. What we can go with. Do we need to go with 4? Do we need to go with 3? Do we need to go with 2? Can someone offer more position flexibility at a certain position? Those are all discussions that we have on a week-to-week basis.
Thank you.
Yep.
We have time for a couple more if there are any. Ed Valentine.
Morning, Dabes. Hey, I just wanted to ask quickly.
Sure.
I know it's early on Monday, but you've got a quick turnaround. Anything on the status of Slayton for Thursday and Tyrone Tracy for Thursday?
Yeah, I'm meeting with these guys at 11:15. I just got a text about it. So usually I meet with them after I talk with you guys, and I'll go right up there after this.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Last one, Jordan Renan.
Hey, Brian, I was actually going to ask about Darius as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Aside from that, how did you guys come out of the game?
I'll find that out in about 7 minutes.
Okay. And then how much, when you talk about the Eagles, right?
Yep.
Have you already started working on them, right? Like, did you do that? Were you guys doing that last week as well, knowing that it was a short game? Like, how did you
I'd say
doing that?
Yeah, all our the breakdown coaches were, but all our focus was on New Orleans. We've been meeting for a while this morning, watching some last night, but got a lot of work to catch up on, and that's what we're doing right now.